Continuing on with this truck, this false image of this carriage rather, and the windows are not damaged, but they've been blown inwards. Okay, now then, except for of course this window, and no doubt there's windows down here and there's windows up here that have not been blown in. Why have they just pushed these in? Because that's all they've done, they've just pushed them in. And they've loaded the seats. Why have they loaded the seats with a load of items that are not even damaged? At least they could have stuck them on the floor, trampled on the buggers, shoved them on the sodding seats, made it look more authentic, and dripped some tomato ketchup down here. Carry on.
I've just died. I must have had a heart attack, and this is death. It's just this...
Doors are sodding on. Closed.
Strange abyss of moments. And I have no idea how long it was for that blackness to be lifted. But it was only when I heard other people screaming that I felt very comforted by that. And thought, okay, I'm not alone. Whatever's happened, we're all here together.
Look at the
we're
eyes.
We're all in this together. And that sense of being together really eased my feelings. I just remember feeling a great sense of whatever's happened, it will be all right because we're all here and I'm not dead.
Yeah. This is a genuine person. And what she's expressing is genuine psychological, how would you say, real life. You see, when you're in a real life situation and there's chaos and everything going on, the best thing any person could do is to grab hold of one another. And it gives that assurance that everything is well. If they're well, I'm well, and everybody joins together. And it's, as she expresses it so very well, you feel a sense that you're safe. You're not alone in all this. You're not abandoned. And people, it's just one of those human things. People feel reassured. This is why when you come to persons who are in a traumatic situation, you grab their arm. And it's a comfort to them. It's a psychological truth, if you like. And that's what you do. You don't stand there and look at them. You grab their arm and you just talk to them smoothly. You know, everything will be all right. No problem. You talk everything sympathetically. And the touch of the hand onto the arm enforces that. It's a strange situation, but that's how it is.
Feeling, as I just remember feeling a great sense of whatever's happened, it will be all right because we're all here and I'm not dead. I'm not dead.
Now then, let's go to the fireman. Okay, this is 10 years on, mind you.
Came to gear, and there was a big hole on the left-hand side. At the end of the carriage on the left, there's a hole in the floor and where it's blocked.
What did he just say? Remember that the British government said that they'd got these bombers onto the tubes on CCTV footage. They put the rucksacks on the backs of the seats, and therefore people got blown up and the coaches got blown up. Right? But as I said to a senior police officer recently who was going on about this, being not the British government but terrorists, I said, it's not terrorists, it's the British government. Whoa! Looked at me. Well, I said, how do you explain this? Simple facts of life. You have a terrorist and he sits down at the back of the train here, puts his rucksack down and it goes off. How then do you get holes blown into the floor? Because all the persons that were injured survived said the floors blew up. And that is why one fellow said they've got their legs cut off, damaged in some cases, repairable. And facial injuries. You can't have facial injuries and the legs blown off and the floor's being blown up if there's rucksacks on a sodding chair, a seat, and he couldn't answer. It swallowed the government line. So who had the authority to put the bombs underneath the floors? Who could access those trains? The British government and the security services doing their bidding. That's who. And Tony Blair would have signed off to have this done. And does he give a monkeys? Does he? Heckers like. He's a mass murderer. What is more, okay, these tube trains blew up in the right place at the right time on the right day of the right week of the right month of the right year that exercises were going on in that location. If you know the London Underground, as I do, it's a massive underground system. It is impossible to get all these tube trains to be blown up in the precise places, on the precise day, at the precise time of the right month of the right year, where exercises are going on. And Peter Powers said, at the time he was in charge of the crisis management, the drills that were going on, he said the hair stuck up upon the back of my head when I realised how the hell can this be right? How can the trains be blown up in the right positions where my exercises are going on? So it wasn't terrorism. Again, we're back to the British government, and that is why they do not have a full inquiry. And may I just say here, I just want to sign off to do a short version on the third. And when the British government said that they will investigate things, they put a remit in. So they're not going to investigate anything. What they're going to do is they're going to have somebody appointed to investigate so much, which is not a full investigation, only so much. And they're going to give a remit. In other words, you don't include this, you don't include that, you don't include the other, so what's the point of the investigation? It's a hogwash, whitewash. And they didn't even bother do it on this. I'll be back in a second.